The sad truth about Terry McDermott has finally been revealed. In August 2021, when he was 69 years old, the Liverpool legend told the world he had Lewy Body dementia. This horrible brain illness came after years of heading footballs and playing the sport he loved. McDermott is not alone. Many old footballers now have brain problems. Denis Law, Bobby Charlton, and others from his time also got similar bad news in their later years. But why did it take so long to realise what was going on with him? The signs were there, but nobody knew what they meant until doctors ran tests. By then, the damage was already done. Terry McDermott was born in Kirkby, Liverpool on December 8, 1951. As a boy, he loved Liverpool FC, but they didn't want him. Neither did Everton, so he started his career at Bury in 1969. He played 90 matches for them before moving to Newcastle United in 1973. At Newcastle, McDermott showed he was a good player. He even played against Liverpool in the 1974 FA Cup final. Newcastle lost that match, but Liverpool boss Bob Paisley liked what he saw. In November 1974, Paisley bought McDermott for £175,000. Life at Liverpool wasn't easy at first. McDermott hardly played in his first 2 seasons. The club thought about selling him, and he wondered if he should leave. But from the 1976 to 77 season, everything changed. He became one of Liverpool's best players. Fans called him Terry Mac. He wasn't just a normal midfielder who passed the ball. He ran forward and scored goals too. He played 329 matches for Liverpool and scored 81 goals. For a midfielder back then, this was very good. McDermott loved scoring big goals in big matches. In 1977, he scored in the European Cup final when Liverpool beat Borussia Mönchengladbach to win their first European Cup. He also scored a beautiful chip against Everton in the FA Cup semi-final that same year. The BBC said it was the goal of the season. One of his best goals came in 1978. Liverpool beat Tottenham 7-0 and McDermott scored with a powerful header after a move that went from one end of the pitch to the other. People still talk about this goal today. McDermott didn't just score normal goals. He once got 3 goals in just 16 minutes against Hamburg in the European Super Cup. He got another 3 goals when Liverpool beat Finnish team Oulu Palloseura 10-1. His best years came between 1979 and 1982. He scored 16 goals in the 1979-80 season, 22 goals in 1980-81, and 20 goals in 1981-82. In 1980, he won both the PFA Players Player of the Year and the FWA Footballer of the Year awards. No player had ever won both in the same year before. With Liverpool, McDermott won almost everything. He got 4 league titles, 3 European Cups, the UEFA Cup, 2 League Cups, and many other trophies. He also played 25 times for England, but in 1982, when he was 30, Liverpool let him go. This was strange because he had just scored 14 goals in 29 league matches the season before. McDermott later said his daft behaviour off the pitch might be why they sold him. He liked jokes and sometimes got into trouble. He wasn't always serious like other players. After leaving Liverpool, McDermott went back to Newcastle. He helped them get promoted to the First Division in the 1983-84 season. Then he played for Cork City in Ireland for a short time in 1985. He scored 3 goals in 9 matches there. His last club was APOEL in Cyprus. He won the Cypriot League and Super Cup before retiring in 1987. McDermott didn't become a manager after playing. Instead, he was an assistant coach for many years. His first big job came in 1992 when Kevin Keegan became Newcastle manager. Keegan paid McDermott's wages himself at first because he wanted his old friend with him. McDermott stayed at Newcastle even after Keegan left. He worked with Kenny Dalglish until 1998. After a short time at Celtic with John Barnes, he came back to Newcastle in 2005. This time, he worked for Graham Souness, Glenn Roeder, Sam Allardyce, and then Keegan again when he returned. He was Newcastle's caretaker manager just once, for one match in January 1997. They drew 2-2 with Aston Villa. People saw McDermott as someone who made the mood good, rather than a tactical expert. In 2008, McDermott left Newcastle and joined Lee Clark at Huddersfield Town. He was Clark's assistant for over 3 years. They were doing well, sitting fourth in League One when they were both sacked in February 2012. McDermott and Clark then worked together at Birmingham City from 2012 to 2014. During his long career, McDermott had some bad moments too. In the 1978 League Cup final replay against Nottingham Forest, he thought he had scored to make it 1-1, but the referee said he used his hand and the goal didn't count. Liverpool players were angry because they also thought Forest's penalty, which decided the match, was for a foul outside the box. Liverpool lost 1-0 and they felt the referee had robbed them. Another nasty incident came in September 2006. McDermott, then a Newcastle coach, had a big row with Liverpool player Craig Bellamy after a match at Anfield. Bellamy used to play for Newcastle, but left after falling out with people there. McDermott called Bellamy a little upstart and said there was so much hatred around him. The argument nearly turned into a fight. People like Jamie Carragher and security guards had to pull them apart in the tunnel. McDermott was known for his wild behaviour sometimes. After Liverpool won the European Cup in 1977, they had a big parade in Liverpool. McDermott was very drunk at St George's Hall. He needed the toilet but couldn't leave the balcony, so he peed over the edge. Unfortunately, first aid workers were standing below and got wet. McDermott was so drunk he didn't even remember doing it the next day. In 1983, while at Newcastle, he dressed up as an Arab sheikh and came to training. He pretended to want to buy Kevin Keegan for a Saudi team. The joke didn't last long before people realised it was him. These stories show why people called McDermott daft. He liked fun and jokes, sometimes too much. He once said, "This might be why Liverpool sold him when he was still scoring lots of goals." But the saddest part of McDermott's story came in August 2021. He told the world he had Lewy Body dementia after hospital tests. He was 69 years old. McDermott said the worst thing was not knowing what was happening before the doctors told him. He first noticed problems during talks with fans. Once, while on stage with Kevin Keegan, his mind went blank in the middle of a story. He forgot what he was saying. His wife Carol said he got confused more often and found it hard to explain things. McDermott wondered if all the head tennis he played with Keegan during their Newcastle coaching days might have caused his illness. Scientists now think heading footballs might cause brain problems later in life. A big study found that footballers are 3.5 times more likely to die from brain diseases than normal people. Defenders, who head the ball most, have 5 times more risk. Many of McDermott's generation now have dementia or similar illnesses. Members of England's 1966 World Cup team, like Bobby Charlton and Jack Charlton, got dementia. Jeff Assell, another player from that time, died from brain damage that doctors said came from heading footballs. Despite his illness, McDermott showed the same toughness that made him a great player. He said, "I've got to get on with it, and I will. It's the way I've been brought up. Nothing has come to me easily. I'm not frightened of taking it on." He still wanted to be part of football. He kept his job as a matchday host at Anfield and went to games when he could. The weekend his illness was announced, he was at Liverpool's match against Burnley. Terry McDermott was once known for great goals and many trophies. He was a key part of one of Liverpool's best ever teams. People loved his attacking style and his fun personality, but now his story has a sadder meaning. He reminds us of the price some footballers pay for their careers. The headers and knocks that gave fans so much joy might take away players' health in their old age. McDermott still comes to Anfield when he can. Fans still cheer for him, but his battle with dementia gets harder every year. His story isn't just about football glory anymore. It's about the hidden danger that lived in the beautiful game for so long, only showing itself when it was too late to stop it.